Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Rosina Sharon. So today we're going to tackle mostly the skin tone, and I am going to make this video as detailed as possible. So before we do that, kindly subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be reading all of them kama kawaida, and if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. With no further ado, let us go straight into the video. Okay guys, so you're going to start off with the eyebrows, and use a spoolie to brush through your eyebrows before you start lining, so your eyebrows are in shape first before you start lining. So to line, we are using the Davis number 3 eye pencil. Kindly note that this eye pencil is dark brown in color, it is not black. Avoid using black unless you have a very deep skin tone. Emphasis on deep skin tone. So when it comes to lining, I use very little force. If you use a lot of force, that line is going to look very thick, and you want to avoid that. So on the upper side of the brow, around the inner corner, leave a bit of space, so when you start filling in, the eyebrow looks as natural as possible, and then follow the exact shape of your eyebrow while you're lining. So next we're going to use the Buttercup primer. You can use wet bar soap for this. So we're just going to use that to brush through our eyebrows so our hair strands appear more visible, and then after that we press it in using our finger so it stays in place. Then before you start filling in, make sure that area has dried out completely. So to fill in the areas where you feel like there is a space. Where the hair strands are visible, leave that area alone. Just fill in the areas where you feel like there is a bit of space to fill in the space, because we want this eyebrow to look as natural as possible. So around the inner corner, very lightly draw hair-like structures. Emphasis on your natural hair strands, very lightly. And then next, now to clean our eyebrows, we're going to use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. You can use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And for my beginners, the liquid concealers work best. Avoid the heavy cream concealers, the opaque ones, the solid ones rather. Use something that is more liquid, creamy but liquid in consistency. That is going to work best for you. So as you're lining, make sure you drag the concealer down so it's easier for you to blend when you start blending in for eyeshadow. Make sure you drag your concealer down as you go. So use a concealer that is either a shade lighter than your skin tone or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, not more than that. And nowadays I don't line the upper side of the eyebrow, but if you must, use a foundation so it's easier for you to blend. I don't normally do that because I want the upper side to look as natural as possible. So before you start applying eyeshadow, make sure you set your eyelids. Use the same concealer you use to clean your eyebrows for this. Start off by blending down, going up. You can use a fluffy brush to blend that in, or use your finger. So for eyeshadow today, we're going to use Rios from Zikel Cosmetics, and for my beginners, the safest transitioning shades to use are normally the browns. If you're looking for something safe to start with something that is brown, and then make sure the blend on your lid is very smooth, no creases whatsoever before you start applying eyeshadow. So for the first transitioning shade you're going for is this brown, and we're going to apply that around the outer corner going towards the inner corner, from the outer corner going towards the inner corner, and use a round fluffy brush for this. So for application, tap it in, and then you can extend it a bit around the outer corner so it gives you a V shape. So going towards the inner corner, concentrate that on the upper lid and make sure the pigment fades away as you go towards the inner corner. So to blend in the first transition, make sure you use more neutral shades, and for transitioning shades they should always be matte, not shimmery. So we're just going to apply that at the edge of our first transition. That is exactly where we're going to blend. Use a smaller round fluffy brush. So to blend, use circular motions and very little force. Circular motions, very little force. So you can see the blend is very smooth. This next step is very optional. You can darken your transition around the outer corner alone. Just on the outer corner you can apply a darker shade, so it gives you a more of an ombre kind of a transition. This works best if you're going to do a cut crease. So for a cut crease, we're going to use the very same concealer we used, and for application you tap it in. Use an angled brush for this and tap it in. So where to draw the transition, the cut crease, when you look down exactly where it is curved on your eyeball, I'm very sure you can feel that area. So that is exactly where you're going to draw your cut crease, and tap until you get the best shape. So make sure you don't start exactly from the inner corner. Just leave a bit of space so you avoid using too much product around the inner corner. So around the inner corner, use the product that is remaining on your brush. For my beginners, you can just do a gold shimmer around this area, but today I wanted to do a sunset theme. So we're going to start off with, if you're going to apply two shades, start off with the lighter shade around the inner corner, and then you can blend in the other shade after. We're doing a yellow and orange because we're doing a sunset theme. And please make sure you blend in around the transition for the two shades, so it does not appear like a very harsh line between the two. And make sure you blend in the edges as well, so you have a very smooth transition all through. So next we're just going to apply a black eyeliner as close to a natural lash line as possible, because we're not going to draw a wing eye today. And make sure you apply mascara before you apply the falsies, so it covers up the residue of eyeshadow falling on your lashes. Then when you're applying the falsies, leave a bit of space around the inner corner so it looks more, flattering on your eye. And then you can use an eyelash color so it opens up your eyes. Moving on to the face, we're going to start off with the ordinary hyaluronic acid. This is a serum. It's very good. It's serum, especially if you have a dry skin. So skin prep is very important. You can apply serum first before moisturizer. For moisturizer, we're going to apply the Cerave moisturizer. It's very good as well. So just apply that and then massage that into your skin. Allow it to set first before you apply primer. So after the moisturizer has set is when we apply primer, and we're going to apply the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. And we're going to concentrate that around the T-zone area where oil is produced the most. I normally start around the corners of my nose because that is where I have a very open pores, and I'm a bit oily around that area. And for primer application, please tap it in. Don't massage it in the way you do your moisturizer. Tap it in so the skin absorbs all that product. And then after the primer has set is when now you apply foundation. And we're going to use a Fenty Beauty in 420. For application, use a damp beauty blender. Squeeze out the excess water on that beauty blender first before you start applying. So the technique is just tap it in. Tap. Do not drag that beauty blender around. Tap it in until it all blends in. And please make sure you use very little product. Don't use too much product. Your face is going to appear cakey. So a little product goes a long way. And please remember to blend in your neck as well. So avoid using fresh product around the nose area. Use the product remaining on your beauty blender to blend this area in. So after you have blended in foundation is when you can go to highlighting. For highlighting, use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. You can use the same concealer you use to clean your eyebrows. For me, I am using the Zikel concealer. You can highlight your under eye, bridge of your nose, and your forehead. And where to place the concealer, especially around the under eye. Please avoid using too much product. Avoid using just around the inner corner and the outer side of the under eye. is perfect. Avoid using too much product, and I use the very same beauty blender you use to blend in your foundation to blend in your concealer as well. So for my beginners, concealers dry out very quickly, so please blend in as you go, otherwise you're going to blend in on a dry concealer and it is going to crease. So start with your under eye, blend that in first before you apply on the bridge of your nose. Blend that one in first before it dries out, and then move on to your forehead and then blend it. So next we're going to set in our concealer, and we're going to use the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And for this, dab the beauty blender onto your setting powder, blow off the excess powder on the beauty blender, and then press it in to blend. So keep pressing that setting powder in until it blends in completely with no residue. This is going to give you a this technique is going to give you a very smooth blend. So make sure you set that concealer in before it dries out, otherwise it's going to crease. So next, to contour, we're going to use this Zikel contour and blush palette. We're going to use the brown number 14 to contour. So to contour the cheekbones, just wear that triangle thing on your ear. I don't know what it's called. That is where you start going down, and for the technique, use circular motions of facing up. Your contour should always face up, circular motions facing up, and use a fluffy brush for this. And please remember to contour in your forehead as well, so it matches your hairline. Your makeup matches your hairline. Please remember to contour in your forehead as well. When it comes to contouring the nose, use a smaller brush. Start off just below your eyebrows going down, and please, for contour, use something that is 2 shades darker at most, but for beginners I would recommend a shade darker so you don't have harsh contour lines. For blending the nose contour, use a clean brush and make sure you blend in the line on the concealer around the eyebrows. So you blend that in going down. Use a clean brush to blend that in so you avoid a very harsh contour line. So to reverse contour, I just normally use a finishing powder that matches my skin tone, so the blending becomes easier. That is what I would recommend for beginners especially. So next, for blush, for our skin tones, an orange undertone works wonders for blush. So anything with an orange undertone, avoid using the pink blush. Go for something with a red or orange undertone for blush, and then use a black creamy eyeliner on your waterline, and please make sure you put that on the waterline alone. Avoid dragging that black all the way to the under eye. On the waterline it looks very flattering, and then now you can use a bright shade around at the inner corner just to give your eyes that pop. So to set our makeup, you're using the Milani setting spray. This is a dewy setting spray, works best for dry skin tones. And then to highlight, we're using the Fenty Beauty Highlighter in Hustler Baby. And when highlighting the nose, make sure you use your finger to blend that in so you avoid a very harsh, dot around the nose region. And then for lipstick today, we're going to start off with is it Maybelline? Yeah, Maybelline in Escapist. It's a very good shade, and I wanted to go for a nude today, so we're going to mix that with Golden Lip Cosmetics in Scorpio, and then blend that in completely. And that would be it from me today, guys. Let me know what you think about this whole look on the comment section down below, and if you like this tutorial, kindly give it a very big thumbs up. Let me know. I love how it all came out, and I hope you have learned something from this video. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching.